Okay, my name is Philip. Welcome to my channel, Chemistry Class Notes. For this video, it's gonna be for people writing Weac, chemistry practicals, which I think is on Tuesday or so. This video is for you. So, from the specimen given, especially the sort of analysis where we are given C and D. C was propan 2-or, while D was iodine crystals. So actually this video is to kind of give you a guide. It's not actually the exact question, but it should revolve around this more. The bottom line is you still have to do your homework. So we're given 15 cm cube, that is the volume of propan 2-or, which is the alcohol. So I'm thinking that it might be made to put 5 cm cube each of propan 2-or in 3 different boiling tube or test tube. Then you carry different analysis on them. So what I did here now, I'm assuming that it will be done like that. You have 3 different test tubes. You put 5 ml each of propan 2-or in each test tube and carry out some tests on it. So I'm just assuming that the first portion of C, which is in the first test tube, the first thing there is that you might say, okay, add so and so ml or maybe 10 cm cube of distilled water. That's what I did here. So I'm saying first portion of C plus distilled water. Mind you, don't just put water, it has to be distilled water. Bear in mind, C is an alcohol. Alcohol plus water, you expect it to dissolve, right? Because they have both of them have hydrogen bonding, like dissolves like. So the observation here, I said it dissolves. I also added that and has a characteristic alcoholic odor. The difference is that C is soluble. Then plus litmus paper. No action on litmus paper or no changes. Whether you use blue litmus paper, red litmus paper, there will be no change. And so you say C is neutral. Then the second portion of C plus acidified potassium dichromate. You might be asked to first of all measure a particular volume of potassium dichromate in a test tube. Then you have to now acidify it by adding sulfuric acid. They will direct you, maybe they might say add maybe 5 cm cube of sulfuric acid to potassium dichromate to acidify it. So whatever the case, it's still the same thing. So I'm just going straight to say second portion of C plus acidified potassium dichromate. Mind you, potassium dichromate is orange in color, and so when this happens, you notice that the orange color of potassium dichromate changes to green, and that's what is here on the observation. The inference is that C which is the alcohol. C is oxidized. This is one of the properties of alcohols. They undergo oxidation, either with potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate. But here we are giving potassium dichromate, and so when that happens, it oxidizes it in the sense that the chromate ion, you know, it changes from plus 6 to plus 3, right? So that's reduction. So yeah, as I said, alcohol ROH group present, that is alkanol group present. Because of this reaction um, is peculiar to alcohol groups. That's why I put this one here. ROH group present. You might want to put it in a different way, but this is just how I wanted to do it. Then the last portion, third portion of C plus, half spatula of D. Remember, D is the um, iodine. Iodine is a violent black, solid. So when that happens, when you put iodine now into C, the alcohol, the alkanol, it's expected that it dissolves, and you might be asked to also heat a little bit to aid the dissolution. D dissolves, forming a reddish brown color, depending on what you see. So on the inference here, I'm saying D is soluble. That means the iodine is soluble in the alcohol. Then plus 10 cm cube of 10% sodium hydroxide solution. Don't worry yourself about preparing 10% sodium hydroxide, because it will be given to you that day. It's going to be prepared for you, and it's going to be inside a bottle, and it will be given to you. All you have to do is just measure out a particular quantity. It might be 5, it depends. So the observation here is, I said, cloudy and a yellow precipitate, this PPT, formed with an antiseptic odor. So this is an iodoform test. It is used to test for the presence of methylene group, some groups. So when this happens, it is normally it is not only alcoholic group that undergo this iodoform test. Iodoform is triiodomethane. Either you call it triiodomethane or iodoform. The formula is CHI3. That is triiodomethane or iodoform. It is yellow in color. Actually, it will be at the bottom of the test tube. Maybe you might be asked to filter, maybe dry and all that. But just know that in an iodoform test, what is gotten is, iodoform, and there are some certain groups that can perform this test. One of them is the alkanol. So yeah, I said ROH, this is alkanol group, the ketone group, and alkyl group. These three groups present. That is how I want to put it. Maybe you might have other idea on how you want to put your own. But since it's not only ROH, the alkanol, that undergo this test, that's why I included ketone and alkanol. For alkanol, it is only ethanol, that undergoes this, iodoform test. Then for alcohols, there's primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohol. So methanol doesn't undergo this, ethanol undergoes it like that. Propan 2O, of course, when you're giving, that is a secondary alcohol. It undergoes this. So that's what I did. Then this iodoform, you might be asked list one of the uses of iodoform or one of the uses of triiodomethane. Just know you can say it's used as a disinfectant. Yeah, that's one of the uses of iodoform. Normally, when you go to hospitals, that particular odor you get when you get to hospital, that is iodoform, triiodomethane. So that's it for the SWOT analysis. You still have to do more, do your own uh, homework and study more. I'm still going to talk on titration part. For the titration part, which is the first question, in drawing out your table, just want to put this in first. You write the volume of your pipette. Yeah, I say volume of base is always right, 25 cm cube. Remember, all these volumes should be to 2 decimal. Don't put 5 cm, make it to 2 places. Everything should follow. They should all be in 2 decimal places, 25.00 cm cube. Indicator. Of course, you were giving meter orange. That's the indicator you are giving. So you write it there. Then coming to the table. Yeah, I said burette readings in cm cube. Burette readings, cm cube. Burette readings, the volume of acid used, cm cube. Then this first one is rough, first, second, third. Medium, and the one you want. So all these ones, just assume that you already know how to get all this. After you've gotten, maybe I've done 3 tests, then you can take 3 of 3 of them, divide by 3 to get your volume of acid. Remember, they are all 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. This means there are 2 figures after 2 figures. That's 2 decimal places. But they are all the values. They are all to 2 decimal places. There are some marks for them. So it is from here you now do your calculation. Then coming, not going to do any calculation, but just formulas for calculation. You were given, I think the acids was nitric acid and sodium hydroxide as the base. So I'm assuming that it's going to be like this, because this is the equation. Then these are different formulas you apply. Most times you'll be asked to calculate concentration, acid in mole cube, concentration of the base in mole per cube. Can be asked to calculate the molar mass. Can be asked to calculate moles of acid or base, or the concentration in gram per dm cube, of either the acid or base. Can be asked to calculate the mass. Once can be asked, but most of the time it revolves around this. It doesn't mean you should focus on the ones here. You still have to do others. For this one now, CAVA, CBVB, NA by ND. if you are giving, you'll be giving all of them, excluding one of them. You can use this one to calculate concentration of either of them. Na is the mole ratio here. Here you can assume that is 1 here, is 1 here. So here will be 1, 1. You can use this formula. You can use this formula to calculate anything you want to calculate, or molar mass, or number of moles. After calculation, always endeavor to put the units. Let's say you have calculated for the, you know, the your molar concentration. The unit is mole per dm, or up to letter m. Always put your units. So that should be the end of the video. All those writing, wishing you success. Just note, it is not only what I did here that you're going to see on that day. You still have to, look at other areas, and if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like and subscribe. I know that the theory objective part, you're going to be writing it, I think that's next month. Before then, I'll put a video maybe for, I'm going to be answering some past questions. So thank you.